Hello everyone, this is Makhale from CloudPages, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how you guys can fix the WPForms not sending email error. So guys, WPForms notifications are sometimes marked as spam, and instead of going into inbox, it's going into the spam box. Now this can happen with any contact form plugin. So not to worry, there is WP Mail SMPT plugin which takes over the default sending method of sending email and adds the correct authentications. So how it does it is it sends all your emails through an external email service providers, and that email service provider just simply adds the correct authentications to your emails, which helps the emails go into the inbox instead of the spam box. So guys, in this video I'll be showing you guys how you can install WP Mail SMPT and fix the two problems, which was number one, the emails are not going sent into the correct email address, and number two, fix errors within the WP forms. So without further ado, let's just go straight to the video. Okay guys, so first things first, we need to install our WP Mail SMTP plugin. To do that, go into your WordPress dashboard, into your plugins from this left hand side menu, and click on add new. Now search for WP Mail SMTP plugin. You're gonna get a lot of choices over here. Click on install now for the one with 2 million plus active installations, which is by WPForms. Once it is installed, you'll be able to see an activate button. Click on it. And after activation, your WP Mail SMTP plugin will be shown in the installed plugins page. Also, your WP Mail SMTP tab will appear on the left hand side menu. Click on settings from here. Now either you can enter your information in this page, or also you can launch your setup visit. I'm going to do that. After that, click on let's get started. Now before we start our installation, you need to have a service provider. You need to verify your domain on that service provider and get a private API key from that service provider. So after you do that, if you don't know how to do that, there's a video in the description box below, with which you can easily know how you guys can verify your domain with a service provider. After you do that, I'm gonna go with Mailgun. I have verified my domain with Mailgun, and click on save and continue. Now we also have selected our private API key from the service provider and pasted over here. Enter your domain name, enter your region. After that, you have to enter your name. Now this name will appear on the emails that you're sending. Turn on this toggle for force from name email. This will after this is enabled, it will force that every email will have your from name at the top of it. After that, click on your from email. Now this email has to be verified on your service provider. This email was verified on Mailgun, so I'm going to use that. Now click on this, enable this little toggle. After doing that, it will enforce that every email being sent will be sent from this email. After doing that, click on save and continue. Now you can enable or disable these options according to your needs. Click and save and continue. I'm going to skip this step, and since I don't have a license key yet, I'm going to skip this step too. After all of these steps, you'll be able to see that you have successfully set up your WP Mail SMTP plugin. Click on finish setup and we're ready to go. Now guys, there are two types of errors basically. Number one is that your WP Forms is sending emails, but it's going to the wrong email address. And the second thing is that there might be errors in the WP Form. So let me show you how you guys can correct the first one, that the WP Forms is sending emails but it's sending to the wrong emails. So simply go into WP Forms. You'll be able to see all of your forms that you have created previously. Select a form from here and go into the settings. Now the beauty of WP Form is that every form has its own settings. So go into that, click on notifications. From here you guys have to see that your send to email address is correct. Now this is where you need to be careful. For example, if I want to send it to some other email address, but this email address is entered over here, my emails will be directed towards that this email and not to the one that I want to send it to. So you have to enter the correct email address over here, or simply use some smart tags with which you can enter a whole collection of email addresses. Secondly, your from email address has to be correct. Now this email address is the same as the one that you just authenticated with your WP Mail SMTP plugin. After doing that, simply enter your email message, whatever you want to send to that email, and click on save. Once it's saved, close it, and that's it. Now your email addresses will be sent to the correct email address. Now the second part was that there are errors in the WP forms. Now there are three types of errors that might occur. Number one is that that WordPress has detected an issue with the JavaScript, or a form token is invalid, or a message is coming up which is like this field is required, messages again and again coming up in the forms. So let's go and correct the first error first. That is that WordPress has detected issue with JavaScript. Now this is caused by a caching plugin because those caching plugins are trying to minify the JavaScript in WordPress. Now although it is helpful for some part of the website, but it will restrict your forms from being submitted. Now to correct that, either you have to disable your JavaScript, or you have to remove those caching plugins, or simply exclude these two files. Now if you're using WPForms Lite, you have to exclude this file. If you're using WPForms Pro, you have to exclude this file. I will mention these files in the description below too. Now the second error was that form token is invalid. So if JavaScript isn't working, then your anti-spam token will also not work. And since it's not working, your emails will be directed towards the spam folder of your receivers. So your emails will not be sent into the inbox, it will go into the spam box. So to correct these errors, again you have to disable your JavaScript, you have to remove the caching plugins that are causing the problems, or simply exclude the files. Now the third type of error is in WP forms is that again and again this field is required message is popping up again and again. Now what happens is that CAPTCHA is being executed again and again. Now if it's executed once, this problem will not occur, but it's executing twice or thrice. That's why your message is popping out that this field is required even though you have filled up that form. So to correct that, simply go into WP forms, and instead of individually going into the forms, go into this settings over here, and you will be able to see CAPTCHA tab over here. Click on it. Now you will be able to see your HCAPTCHA, your reCAPTCHA, and of course the none. You can disable your CAPTCHA settings by clicking on the none, but if you want a CAPTCHA setting, just simply click on reCAPTCHA, scroll down, and this is usually unselected, but I'm going to select this, the no conflict mode. Now this will forcefully remove other CAPTCHA occurrences in order to prevent conflicts, and only one occurrence will happen. So that's how, if it is occurring again and again, it will not happen. It will only execute once, and if your field is completely filled, it will not show the message that this field is required. Now this is how you guys can remove all three errors in WordPress forms. So guys, if you still have any questions, just drop a comment in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe CloudPages.